My name is Ryan Greensmith, and this is my program for assignment 2, event-driven programming. This is my application here. For P4, I'm going to run the program. By pressing the debug button. As you can see down here, it's running at the moment. Press OK to run the emulator. And it's run. So this is the application here for NTT Components ordering system. If I click this button here, I get the developer information that consists of the program version, developer, data creation, and the description of use. That was for P6. Now for P2, this button here is to calculate the total. If I go into here, I'll show you this is the code to activate the button to get the total. Now for the label, well, for the text box, which is here, the discount code.
Guys, anyone can look at, I'm really worried about this screencasting.
The discount code is up here. So this is the variable here, and that can be found somewhere here, and that is the code for the text box. And you can see it on the thing here, so that's the button again, and that's the text box. Then the label, which is here, that's the label. And for on-click events, on this button, an on-click event here. Go to the second activity, which takes you to the second page. And the code for that is here. So this takes you to the next page. Then here are my variables. There. These are all my variables at the top. And then I've used for my selection statements, if statements, which can be found here. That's the if statement for the RAM. And then this button here is how I've used to debug with the logout terminal. Now for M2, I'm going to explain why I've used everything. I've used selection statements such as if statements to see if something is true. One of my if statements makes sure that it is equal to 1 gig, which is here. Then it adds the £10 to the total. I've used variables up here. I've used these to declare objects globally, such as my spinners, edit text, and read buttons. My graphical user components have been specified in the scenario. I've used a spinner to group the list of RAM sizes in the drop-down format, which you can see here. I've even used radio buttons to allow one item in the list to be selected. So as you can see, only one is selected at a time. And I've used labels. Labels have been used to separate the form from the headers, as here. I've used comments in my code, such as here, so I can understand what I've coded, and indentations to make my code readable. This also helps the layout and presentation of my code. I have also used a toast in my application that triggers a pop-up to show the final total. If I go onto my application, I've added all these to say what I want. If I press calculate the total, it comes up to 180. If I type in the discount code as well and press calculate, it also deducts the total. And that's how my application works.